I have sleep, so I'm not totally useless.
Nice. We are live. Welcome to Gutter Stars. After an exhilarating adventure on the wrecked illicit Nautiloid, which has gathered lots of treasure for the crew of the Star Sail. The crew of the Star Sail is smaller as well. Means it's roomier on the way back. The party is about to leave Nautiloid. Alex, do you want to sum up quickly what happened a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I guess it was?
Yeah. Like so we were bravely exploring this wrecked Nautiloid, this illithid ship. We'd had a few encounters with some not so dangerous, well, not harmless, but not too dangerous things. These kind of I don't remember exactly what they were like. There's some kind of furry humanoid, not something any of us were familiar with. Pretty strong. They did wound a few of us, but nothing too bad. Got some reasonable loot. Found some weird illithid things and looted an entire, was it a ballista? Some kind of siege weapon. Yeah, we're just gonna strap that to our ride. And then we go slightly further down and find a kind of weird looking illithid, 3 fingers and just kind of not quite what we'd expect of an illithid. And we could not communicate with it at all. We tried talking, did not work. So we decided, well, we should take it back to civilization for its own good. So I tried to colour spray it and knock it out, and that did not work. So we all tried to wrestle it and knock it out, and that did not work. And then we tried to just kill it, and that did not work, and it killed 2 of us. And then we blew it up with some of the gunpowder we'd found. And I think that's where the session ended.
I think you technically checked to get back to the ship, which is where Jamie, with his character Xeethra, because he avoided last session, was sitting safely, and now gets to share a bigger share of the treasure.
Guarding the ship, as one must.
Yep. The major, so Flynn, our 2nd level thief, and so the senior member of the party, actually, and Gil, the invoker, died, alas. Xeethra, Tom Thumb, Simon's character, Simon may or may not arrive, the major, Andrew's character, who I think is walking wounded, and Stipe, Tom's Tom last club last night. He'll be back next time. They managed to make it out, but yeah, you're somewhat thinned down crew. But I guess you've got 3 fighters up and running, because you've got Xeethra and Tom Thumb and Jackson, your NPC ally, who has a kind of special artifact, Spelljammer. I'm actually going for Phlogiston, can't go between the systems, but Star Sail, a little trawler or pinnace or some very small ship. So yeah, you've got. Sorry, what are you going to say, Alex?
It's a boat compared to a real ship.
So it's bigger than the kind of, if you look at ship profiles, it's bigger than the real ship's boats type things. Like its tonnage is 2 tons, for instance, rather than 1 ton. Yeah, it's 30 feet long. It's not kind of, and 8 feet wide. It's not tiny, but compared to real Spelljammers, yes, it's pretty inconsiderable. It's pretty inconsiderable. No one's going to mistake it for a Spelljammer. I mean, for contrast, a Nautiloid is length there. It's a Nautiloid is 180 feet long. So you're 1/6 of the size of the kind of cruiser you came up alongside, like a patrol boat, your PB, basically. But yeah, we just need to check you need to check some encounters to get home safe, and you've got. That's 2 checks to to travel to get back to the Rock of Braal, which is roughly, because I wanted to move much when you left, which was only a couple of days ago, roughly two days ago, a day away, 1 AU away, which essentially spelljamming speed means it's an AU per day is the kind of full speed, tactical speed. When you're near to an object, you slow down a lot. You can't do that. Like essentially, it's a gravity well effect. But yeah, great. Let's, I guess, just yeah, we'll get rolling to this, and then we can talk about new characters and stuff. If you survive to get back to Rock, otherwise we'll be talking about new characters, but with a different emphasis. Alex, do you want to roll a D20? And
that is an 8.
8. That will not be an encounter.
Sad.
Yeah. Well, you've got a base 1 in 20 chance. This is using the Spelljammer. You roll a revised encounter, which are 24 years old. 24 years old. But yeah, it's base 1 in 20, and it's like you add a likelihood based on if you're on the same ring as a planet, same ring as an asteroid belt, that kind of thing. Essentially, the more stuff near you, the more likely you are to encounter something. But yeah, which is slightly different actually. If you look at the kind of the 1E DMG things, the assumption is that inhabited areas and patrol areas, you have less chance of an encounter. And of course, the logic here is that this is, space is void of life. You're more likely to encounter stuff closer to civilization, whereas in space, on the prime, like on a planet, you're much more likely to encounter stuff like out in the wilderness, or at least dangerous stuff out in the wilderness. So we should get some. Some Age of Sail on to encourage our sense of immersion being on a ship. So yeah, great. And Beach, do you want to roll a d20 as you come in toward the rock? Yeah, we'll be. I think this will be something like a 4 or 5 in 20 chance. Nope. So no encounter as you arrive back at the rock. Let's get our map of the rock up. So I guess you technically have one district to cross, which would be, Jamie, your role, because you'll be in at the docks. And when Star Sail comes into the dock caves, not into the big quay sides, but into kind of the small docking caves. So.
Or was that a D10?
Just checking again. Trying to remember because haven't used. It's only been a couple of months. I haven't used I use a nocturnal table, or have been using the nocturnal table by Gabor Lux for city encounters. And yeah, I think it's 1 in 10 base, and then we will get the relevant thing. We roll again.
6.
So yeah, you will come through to near the Low Market, your little house, your little flat, where the giant space hamster lives. And we should make sure we have the right image up so that we can see the giant space hamster.
Did we bring back the corpses, or are they left there?
No, I don't think there's very much left. I think there's the problem.
Okay.
You have to scoop me up into a jar.
Was there enough left to make a bolognese to feed the hamster with, or?
The carnivorous space hamster that only eats sentient flesh.
Yeah.
If my
Oh,
body is used to help that hamster in any way, I will come back to haunt you.
Yeah. It is the condition of him rising as a wraith is if you feed him to the hamster. Yeah, great. No, I had to delete the little figures for your Flynn and Gil. Been there since the beginning. Gil has actually really been there since the beginning as well. He's there in the prologue, off-stream prologue. I hate ice. About how ice is, scratchy and gets everywhere.
Gil was always wearing a scarf because of that.
Yeah.
He never felt warm again.
Yeah. But yes. No, I guess you can bring in your new PCs here, other affiliates of the party. Fustful has managed to drag out a couple of very dubious characters to strengthen your ranks. As you come in, he'll say, "I see the idiots are dead." Or I assume so, anyway, he says shiftily.
Rude but fair.
So yeah, who have we got then? Alex and Beach joining the company.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. I am Vil, who's a half drow conjurer. She looks somewhat well-to-do, not quite noble.
Yep.
I am another one of those cast-offs. Could have been in the Navy, which explains some of my training, why I have some of the MWPs I have. And I'm bringing with me a dog named Rufus.
Who, from what you've said, is the most important thing that you've.
I did not pick up a crossbow specifically because I needed to get the dog instead.
Yeah. She's like, "Hello, if you could buy me a crossbow, that would be ideal."
Yeah. I have a couple darts, but when I'm out of darts, I'll have nothing else to do.
Nice. Good.
Yeah.
So yeah. And you have Alex?
I have Wilsp Verispark. He's a tinker gnome, probably a little bit greasy, like engine oil or something smeared on his face. Wearing, kind of looks just like a working man, working gnome.
Yeah.
Toolbox and all, and also a large spell book on kind of sticking out the toolbox. A man of many talents, perhaps. He's
an illusionist.
An illusionist thief, yes.
Yeah, Tinker and Minoy from probably, I guess. Let's find out if you can be from mine, because this was a discussion not briefly we were having off stream. Yeah, the dominant race or species of Iron Beast, the kind of big outmost world, are Tinker Gnomes. So that seems to make sense, because that'd be where you'd be from. Also means we don't have to worry about printing stuff for now. I mean, hey, you may one day go there. Simon, welcome. Yeah, the one active survivor, because Tom and Andrew are not with us at the moment. I probably will not be tonight. But from last session's unfortunate, but also fortunate for Tom Thumb, escapades.
Yes, great for Tom Thumb, terrible for everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah. Tom returns to find his fellow elf Xeethra at the ship, and they do a secret fist bump over all the extra money they just earned.
Can you hear me, Major Tom? Yes, we can.
Yeah. Yes. So we just introduced Alex and Beach's replacement characters. Vil, the half-drow conjurer, is Beach, and Wilsp Verispark, the illusionist thief, for Alex, Tinker Gnome. Probably Fistful says, "I refuse to learn another name. You sound like that one. You'll be called Sparks 2, Alex." Sparks 1 is actually just in the corner He's like, but I'm still here.
How interesting.
So, yeah.
Isn't that the robot gnome?
Yeah, the Autonom. Often busy working with Fonkanks, the Tinker Gnome that you've previously met. No. At this point, no character acting in the session has met Fonkanks, but the Major knows him.
Cool.
Tinker Gnome who was hired to help them on an asteroid. Great. So let's still have a Sparks here. I'll drop a tabby in there. We can sort out tokens for new characters. So you are in your home at the Red House, the boarding house that you live in, and we'll need to charge you some living costs soon. But you do have a bunch of treasure shelves. That's good. I was going to say it is going to be end of day 38 or so, or sometime into day 38 when you get home. So I'm going to assume Tom Thumb has Tom Thumb had 1173 XP and is going to have plenty more because you've earned 400, 500, whatever that is worth. 600, 750. You've got like over 2,000 worth of gold to cash out between between three of you? Between Stipe, Xeethra, Tom, and the subgroup 5 will be. So I should work that out. Okay. But yes, you should probably decide what you want to do next. It may well be that you want to train some people. The Major will probably be training because he actually does have XP, so he's going to be a priority to train. But it depends what other jobs you want to pursue, if you want to seek out new rumours, sort of thing.
I mean, looking for rumours is good, but I mean, it's been, a day since our last set of rumours, so Pish are probably still available if we want a safe job.
Yeah, I guess it is. That's also one thing, is that Stipe and the Major will need the week to recover, won't they?
Yeah. So it'll be like
6 days. 6 days to recover for them anyway.
6 days, and then presumably they can't train until they've recovered.
Yes, they will both be. They're both XP'd to train. In fact, Stipe, as with Flynn, alas, not Rip Flynn, is XP limited. Stipe is at 2999 with 720 XP going spare. You'll earn 1,000 from Diagol, everyone who's involved in it. Flynn, Stipe, Gill, and Major. Tom Thumb, not Major, Remmington-Smythe. Okay. You've got the Pish Rumor. You also do have the treasure map for the rock. You remember from the Lovers?
Yes.
Yeah. So, yes, I guess depends what you want to do out of those, and or anything else.
I think we should.
You have a locked metal sea chest as well. So I mean, hey, if you want to immediately roll a open lock.
Oh yeah. I'll immediately make my
Kill yourself.
Yeah.
Or is it dead?
I was gonna say immediately make.
Some literally just says this out loud, like you're gonna die.
Yeah, I'm gonna immediately make my commission, right?
Yeah.
I will check it for traps first, and then I will try and unlock it.
I will check it to see if it's trapped. Remember.
Yeah. I have that much in find traps. No, I believe if it is trapped, that would set the trap off, right? Or does finding traps not? It's just.
No, lock picking does, but finding traps doesn't.
Right. Well, I don't see any traps.
Otherwise, I mean, maybe you should let it happen on 100, maybe. But no, otherwise, what's the incentive for someone with like 20% in find traps or 30% in find traps to do it? Because if they fail and there is a trap.
Well, the XP.
Yeah. To be
And
fair,
yeah.
that's one thing about the bonus deck is it does incentivize the
Yeah.
madness.
And I will then try and open it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Good, excellent start for your new Tink Gnome Thief.
We'll try again in 2500 XP's time, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's how long it's going to take me to level up.
Yeah, I mean you can always go and pay someone to do it. You know.
Can we afford to? I guess we should look at let's see, because we need to think how much is it going to cost to level people up, and then is there any equipment people want to buy, and then can we afford to just get the chest opened?
Yeah.
What XP is Xeethra at? Can't remember.
This is what I'm checking. Was that? Yeah, just checking how much gold we're actually definitely definitively made out of that. You obviously do not have whatever's in the chest. I have that. Doesn't count as cash yet. You haven't got that either way. And then you've got the Dream Smoke and a swirling red and white potion. How much is that worth?
Oh yeah, we've got the barber pole.
Yeah. It just makes you really good at cutting hair and singing, which is an unusual combination of abilities, but surprisingly potent.
What about making pies?
But I was going to say, So I think isn't Andrew's B character? Yeah, is actually. Do you remember this? Andrew's B character for while the Mage's training is Zix Chill using the. I allowed to use the Alphonse barber kit, which just makes him like. Real weird. Slightly weird. He's basically a barber surgeon who likes to augment people's bodies.
Barber surgeon who doesn't know when to stop.
Yeah. Cool. So, so you've got 1865 GP worth of stuff. Obviously, you wouldn't necessarily expect to get exactly that from it. So between 5 of you, that is a bit over 300, isn't it? So in that case, Xeethra and Tom, Xeethra and Thumb will not quite be able. Well, Xeethra will be on like 500, Tom will be on like 1600 or something, 1600. So they will not quite be able to level in that case. So those guys can, I guess, stay active, can't they?
Yep.
Though, you'll also have like 1,000 XP in other treasures. So I guess, Thumb will come very close. Thumb will be like 1750 or 1800 or something. But not close enough. Jack, it won't be enough for Jackson either. Great. So, yes, I guess this is the active part of them, and whatever money you have, I guess, will go towards training the other 2 and paying living costs. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We don't need to worry about it. Yeah. We don't have to worry about it immediately. The landlady is complaining about the money, but you're like, hey, we're adventurers. We're going to go and get more stuff, more money. Really great. So I guess you need to decide what this party, these 4 characters, are doing next.
Should we go find some rumours first and then make a decision?
Yeah, I mean, we probably don't want to try too much today because we're short on characters.
Yeah,
Although
yeah.
I do nearly have a secondary character rolled up. In case Tom can't trade soon.
I need more sand.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think Thumb is probably like a good sessions adventure, not necessarily one session, but like a sessions adventure off leveling, isn't he? He's like 200 or 300. So
Okay, that's good. I don't have to worry too much about it. Eventually, I will have a Scrow. Yeah, a Scrow astrologer priest.
What?
Oh no. Tension.
some
Why?
sort in
Is there
exile.
already an astrologer priest?
No.
Fine.
Simon's reaction is like, why would anyone be bothered by an astrologer priest? This is such a strange reaction to my character.
Yeah, he's an astrologer priest who works ships for Ramenos.
Yeah. Well, all of Simon's characters from now on are going to increasingly worship the in-world Sothoga.
Yeah. Because he's the best.
Baston the Scrow.
Baston the Scrow. He's called Ichabod in this case.
God, yeah. So you're called Forsaken, are you? That's an unfortunate name. Yep.
Forsaken the Scrow, who worships Ramenos. But he won't be here today. He'll just be slowly filling out stats in the background while we're playing.
Yeah, he's doing the immigration paperwork. So you're a Scrow, you say, and you worship who's Ramenos, the Beluga god of the crawling glass.
The Lord of the Stars and the Underworld.
Yeah. We like stars, yeah. Great. But in that case, yes, you can have a look round the low market for rumours. Let's check out my campaign notes. Yeah, as you say, you do have two rumours, or whatever. You've got the fishing one, and you have the one that's on Brawl. You've got the map to a. Beach. You ask about components for armor. You can start. So one thing, you can start with one component for every spell you need a component for from your book. So armor and sleeper are the ones you're asking about. Two, to be able to find stuff quickly in your component pouch, it needs to be packaged. Generally, unless it is like a very discrete item. So sand, actually, I don't know if it's worse, because it's just like random dust that all your stuff will get covered in. When replacing components, the house rule is it's 2 GP per component to have it in a packaged format.
Was it 2 GP per level, per spell level?
Or was it? No, it might just be. I mean, remember that's only ever going to make a difference up to 18, so it's not.
I think we discussed this and didn't come to a conclusion because, the idea of the material component for a 9th level spell being just as easy to come by as a first.
Well, it depends what the 9th level spell is, doesn't it? I mean,
yeah, I suppose.
9th level, for instance.
Big
Big Beast Crushing Hand is the shell of an egg and a glove of snakeskin.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I guess unless it specifies, then. Yeah. Like a lot of the 9th levels ones do.
Forthright is a hummingbird's feather.
That might cost more.
Monster summoning. So, I was going to say that's irrelevant. There's very few material 9th level ones. Lots of them are verbal or verbal somatic. I'd say the shape change is the material component is a jade circlet worth no less than 5,000 GP. So that's a bit different. And sucker is the material components used include gemstones totaling not less than 5,000 GP. Temporal stasis is powder composed of diamond, emerald, ruby, sapphire dust. Each is brushed over at least 100 GP. So they set costs on most of them.
Yeah.
And the remaining one, there's only two new 9th level spells that have components that are not costed. So, yeah.
Energy Drain also looks like it should be expensive. Well, I guess it's just one you probably couldn't buy, actually. The Essence of Spectre or Vampire Dust.
Yeah.
Like,
I was going to say, that sounds like something it might be very hard to buy from, like, even in a big city. But, hey, you can hunt it out and you can kind of produce it. Or you can go to, like, a very powerful wizard who might have the spares.
Do we know anyone who farms vampires?
This is the new campaign. Like, screw AD&D, we're going to play Vampire Farmer. Yeah.
So did Beej also take armor, the spell armor? Was that the point?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
well, he's a conjurer.
Yeah,
so.
it's for conjuration.
Yeah.
That component's like pretty involved. It's a blessed piece of leather versus just some sand for sleep.
Well, sand doesn't have coloured sand. No, that's colour spray.
Colour spray is
just the sand.
Yeah, but it's still like sand that you've put in a glass bottle, and it's like, I guess maybe you could just grab a fistful of dust off the street and probably use it the same.
I only have 2 gold, so that means I'll have.
Well, you've got your you'll have your a free version of the component to start with of any spell you can cast. So take that as a small bonus, I guess.
As a rogue / wizard, I got more gold than your average wizard, so I think that's pretty good.
Yeah,
didn't get a lot of gold, but
roll the higher of the 2, I guess.
Yeah. And considering I don't need to buy armor, I can spend it all on spell components and other useful things.
Yeah.
And also 5 daggers.
Yeah. You're. And these for throwing at people.
Throwing or stabbing or any of the other uses daggers have. There's lots of uses for a pointy bit of metal.
That's excessive.
Or if your weapon gets stuck in a creature, you have to continue to pull out new weapons. that never happens.
No.
Mimic glue.
Can we farm mimics and boil them down and sell the glue?
Turn them into. Is it mimics that sovereign glue is made of? What's sovereign glue made of? I don't know.
Well, is it not just alchemical?
Unicorn hooves.
Yeah. Nightmare hooves. That's more like it, isn't it? But it smells of brimstone. It's off-brand sovereign glue. It's like the gorilla glue of sovereign glue. So you'll hear a rumor. You'll hear some you're in the low market side of town, and perhaps this is kind of rumors you'll sometimes hear about the criminal scene. You'll hear that. So though most would recognise 3 underbarons, that there are 3 major, rulers or lords of complex legal matters in the underworld of the Rock. Some recognise a 4th, who the voice drops to whisper. They call the Faceless One, but who though there's rumours of this underbaron, no one has ever met them. And those people who are, the kind of second-hand rumours of those who seem to say, "Oh yes, I've been hired or dealt with this person." It doesn't seem to actually. There's no kind of place in the city that is associated with the underbaron. But yeah, this is this underbaron, the Faceless One, is seen as particularly associated with really, really banned stuff. So stuff like slave trading.
do we want to get involved in all that?
I think we should always be trying to find out who the Faceless One is.
I think it's the Lord of Madness.
Even more reason to try and seek them out.
What's Sasogga's view on the Lord of Madness?
He was vomited forth from the belly of Romanos.
This is at least what Romanos claims, right?
Yeah. It's one of the many. The true Lord of Madness is Romanos. All of us are.
Yeah.
Under deities or charlatans.
Yeah.
How could you say
Anything
that about
even
our Lord
faint?
Photographer?
Yeah, anything even faintly like that, anything even faintly froggy or toady or anything is definitely just part of Romanos, ultimately.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So yeah. I mean, you've run into slaving on the rock before, for which you were given a bit of a pass for your escapades, smashing up a cemetery keeper's cottage, due to the fact you'd rescued slaves who were being stored underneath it.
Did we ever get well, I guess it doesn't. Did we ever get forgiven for when we blew up that warehouse, or did we just kind of pretend it wasn't us?
Yeah, I mean, I think wasn't it that Corsair helped some of that go away at the time?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, this is before Simon and Jamie's time, but Corsair, the second hand, the right hand man of a lady of senior origin who had hired the party in the matter of a missing ward.
Mm-hmm.
Who I think eventually got sick of you, but did very, very briefly help you. So yeah, I guess depends what you want to do. What you want to do next.
I mean, as far as I can tell, the most interesting job that we have at the moment is this map of the underground, this treasure map, whatever it is. But it feels like we should probably wait until our fighter healed up, until we have full party. I don't know. I mean, we could just go do that.
This party is a fighting party. You're only missing a priest here. You have Simon plays a fighter, Xeethra plays a fighter / mage. You basically got 3 mages, 1 thief, and 3 fighters in this party of 4 characters.
Well, when you put it like that, should we go tomb raiding?
Yeah, tomb raiding.
Yeah.
You don't, as long as no one gets hurt.
No one's allowed to get stabbed. If you do, I'll stab you.
What are my hit points on?
Whatever they were at the end of the last session, and I think you were given some healing, but because you were not walking
at the end.
Were you walking wounded at the end?
Yeah, they had to pick me up. I got KO'd. I was the one
Oh well,
person
no, was it that way around? Was it that the major was the only person not KO'd? No, the major was.
I was the only person who didn't die.
Stipe wasn't. I think that was it. It was that Stipe took the big fire and threw it. Yeah.
We all failed our saves.
Yeah.
And Stipe was out of range. But Stipe was already walking wounded as well, I think. So,
no,
he wasn't. Okay.
I think it was to do with targets or range or something. Yeah, due to literally where the figures were on the map.
Anyway, my hit points should be on 2. Are they still on 2? Because I wouldn't have healed at all.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you would have healed 1 anyway through travel on the as in for a day of not doing anything while traveling. Not full bed rest, but counting as traveling rest.
Okay, so
now I was going to say you've got, if in that case, if you need 6 in-game days to heal up your character, that's fine. In which
I think
case,
it's advisable for going into
Yeah.
a tomb, personally, because I'm going to
Yeah.
have to do the fighting, right?
Yeah, it does
And
seem like a
Xeethra.
good idea. And the dog.
and the dog, yeah. I was going to say that's the point. You have the lesson of Rex has not from our other game has not been forgotten. War dogs are better than low-level characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're always amazing at that.
I mean, we could
Yeah.
just go like fishing for 6 days rather than just sitting around, drinking
Well,
for a week.
you can fish and I can heal.
I mean, you could be there on the boat, having a good
Yeah,
old time
true.
with us. Like, what could possibly go wrong whilst we're going fishing?
Well, it depends what you catch, doesn't it?
It's always a
Yeah.
bigger
Yeah.
Owen, are there space sharks?
Yes.
I
There are
don't
a variety
know.
of dangerous things out there in the black. So up to you. What if we took an entirely crippled crew and just hoped for the best?
Yeah, that this no longer seems like a good idea. Let's not go
I think
fishing.
fishing is lame. I think we should go into a dungeon.
Yeah, let's just wait the week.
Obviously safer than fishing. In a
Yeah.
D&D game. Certainly up
Yeah.
Yeah, just wait a week.
Hey, it's a wilderness adventure. You need to be at least 3rd level to go fishing.
Yeah, exactly. It's incredibly dangerous wilderness adventures.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying, Simon, though, I think this is just before you joined us. This is a thing about the way that because I'm using the Spelljammer.org revised Spelljammer encounter tables, but it's that actually it's the probabilities are sort of reversed from the DMG. So the DMG is it's like a 1 in 20 chance if you're in a patrolled area, and it's a 1 in 12 chance if you're in a kind of semi-inhabited patrolled area, and then it's like 1 in 10 in the wilderness area. Here is the reverse because there's just nothing out in the kind of the dark wilderness, is there? So it's 1 in 20 normally, and your chance of an encounter increases as you're basically if you're on near or next to planets, controlled space, asteroid belts, and in a track. So there are 5 ways you can go from 1 in 20 up to 6 in 20, but it gets more likely the more inhabited it is rather than less likely, because on planets on planetary bodies, it's more likely to happen kind of out in the wilderness where monsters are and where bandits can hide, whereas in space, it's just empty. Wilderness. In that sense, wilderness is slightly different, I guess, in Spelljammer.
In space.
Yeah.
One
Doesn't mean
place-
that would mean that obviously your chance of an encounter goes up in an asteroid belt or whatever, and if it's on the same ring as a planet, then it would go up. So
Well,
you'd be
obviously,
starting
we all know that
Yeah.
asteroids are inhabited by giant worm things.
giant space worms. Yeah.
Jai Halud.
So,
Yeah, this is actually now a game of Dune, and we're using a disgusting story game homebrew by Mage, just where everyone pretends to be a worm.
And I am the Quidat Shadowratch.
You
Well,
earn
actually,
XP by being a worm.
That's why he knew to stay and guard the ship and let the other people die.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. Okay. So, you can certainly do either of those. Either way, I've forwarded your time to day 44, so that Thumb is better.
yeah.
He's healthy.
I think Wilsp would presumably at some point hear about the ballista that was captured and offer to spend some time installing it on the ship.
Yeah. No, yeah, you could certainly install it. There is space on the thing for it. I guess we'll take away from your permanent cargo, but I think we agreed it's only like £80 or something, didn't we? So we still have some cargo left. Let's just check. So yeah, your cargo capacity is £500, but plus £1,000 of passengers and £200 of crew. So it depends what you have. But if you're at full strength plus Jackson, then you have £500. So basically, you've got 400 and something or £400 now. of which, upsides, downsides, right? You know, you have weapons now.
Yeah.
And how many bolts? I think as in will have been somewhere. I might have.
I did write this down, but I think I wrote this
20
down
bolts.
on
20 bolts. So the blister is 60 bolts, and the 60 pounds, and the bolts are £1 each, and you have 20 light ballista bolts. And I think there were some people. I don't know if it was the Mage or someone else. Is it Thumb or Xeethra had like ballista?
I've got ballista.
Thumb?
Major Thumb can fire a ballista.
Yeah, he is your naval gunnery expert. So the map is for a location in the city. Basically the Man of War Theatre in the upper city, the high city, has and there's like a sketch here of the entrance into this place. It's not a sketch of the Catacomb, but it's something which that young Master Moon, Comal Moon, had discovered. But there is a sketch of, at the back of the building, at the back of the Theatre of the Man of War, there's a disused service corridor which has a trapdoor inside. And now the outer door is plastered over. Like he snuck in from the inside, but the outer door is plastered over but visible behind bushes in the garden. The inner doors are like the inner entrance to the service corridor is walled up, but he got through when they were renovating it. And he looked inside this trapdoor and saw a mausoleum that obviously been built over in caves or in a kind of cut into the ground. And he doesn't think anyone else would now know about it because they then built the internal walls that have cut off the service corridor. So essentially, if you can get into the back, this rear service corridor at the Man of War Theatre, then there is what he assumes is still, as of like a year later or something, untouched because of the fact it's been cut off and they won't, no one else will know it's there.
What do they usually play in the theatre?
I think all kinds of things, probably. Let me just, but yeah, some high society kind of classics. There's occasionally slightly more popular fare, but this is the kind of posher theatre rather than the plebeian theatre.
So we're going to have to pay entry basically to get in.
Or
to get in the front, yeah. I can point it out on the map. Just to confirm where it is.
It sounds a lot like a wall that needs destroying to me.
At some point, yes. But whether we
yeah, that is the Man of War. Can you see that? I'll ping it again.
Do we need to buy some gear before we go? Is basically the question.
You need those spectacles you take to the opera house that you hold on a little handle.
Well,
you know what I mean?
there is an alternative that instead of turning up as patrons, we turn up as workers.
Yeah, the actors. This is the other obvious way.
Actors.
Is that we go as a theatre troupe.
Yes.
Yes, we have to do that.
Owen, are you familiar with the meme that says that D&D is a heist game, but the players get to choose what the theme music is, whether it's like Mission Impossible or Pink Panther?
No, I do not, but I know.
You could see it in action.
No, yeah. No, sorry. The theatre is actually the Royal Theatrical Company is next to the Man of War. The Man of War is a restaurant, an inn, and kind of music venue. So you're going to need to pretend to be musicians rather than actors.
Yeah, I mean, let's have a look at our NWPs, I suppose. So anybody got normally I take a performance one, but in this one I haven't. Normally I take something stupid, which is a bit useless.
Yeah, banking eventually that you'll get one use out of it in the campaign that's really good. Just
I've taken dance so many times. It's never been used.
Could take herbalism, put an extra NWP into herbalism. No, I'll just take dance again.
Yeah, just take dancing again. Always got creative dance. But
And no, the Man of War arms and armor are forbidden. It has a particularly fine view over Lake Brawl. Probably one of the best. Yeah.
Can I disguise a ballista as a musical instrument?
Yeah. Can I put it inside a cello case?
So they're not performing any plays that just happen to include costumes that consist of armor and weapons, right?
Yeah, I can't let them Porthos.
No. So yeah.
I mean, if we were surely we're sneaking in as workers with all the things on underneath like a dinner tray or something. All our tools and weapons and whatnot.
Or we could just commit an act of arson, wait for them to evacuate, and then wander in.
We could kill everyone.
Well, they're rich people. They're rich. They're not people.
Are we breaking? Because we're not breaking into. I'm a bit confused here. Are we breaking into the theatre or the bar restaurant next door? I thought it was the bar restaurant next door as well.
The bar restaurant, yeah. Sorry, as in a play. It's a music venue, but yeah, the theatre is right next door.
Sorry, I thought I'd just been plastered over from outside. So can't we just go outside and just chip away the plaster?
Yeah. So that's certainly that is one option. The exterior door is just plastered over and still visible.
I don't want to ruin the highs.
Xeethra was like, "Have we considered making this less complicated rather than more complicated?"
Does anyone have social engineering as an NWP? Like, we just turn up with a clipboard and a high-vis vest and say, "We need to take this wall down. It's unsafe." Orders from the prince.
Yeah.
And just start doing it. No one will question it, right?
I mean, I've got a charm person, so last resort.
Yeah.
And they're about to attack. We can try something.
Yeah, I mean, up to you what you do.
Yeah. So, whereabouts was this outside wall backing onto? Is it onto a busy street?
No. So this is the back wall. Yeah. So it's at the back, overlooking Lake Brawl, but in the service block. So you see that kind of top block, not the kind of long restaurant at the front, but the service block and with the in rooms. So upstairs you've got in rooms, and downstairs you have kitchens and kind of storage, basically. And there are a couple of exterior doors, and one of those has been passed over. That faces toward the rock.
Okay. So, should we just go there at night and just chip the plaster away with a hammer and a stone and a dagger?
I mean, we could just get real tools for if you have a chisel but you wrap the end in wool or something and then hit it with a hammer, it's not going to make noise on that end. It would just be the noise of chisel against plaster, and that won't be. I guess it depends what kind of plaster. We could at least do reconnaissance,
Is the plaster made of diamonds?
Well, is it just a soft plaster and a hard plaster? Is it like a concrete or is it just
I think
chalk?
Go at night with the ability to improvise rather than going around and drawing up a quote. But
do we take any? What are we likely to encounter within this tomb?
We have literally no idea. It could be full of undead. It could be full of nothing. It could be just once we're in there, we're fine.
Is it worth buying some more explosives or something?
I mean, we're already going to be committing a crime to get in.
Yeah, but that means you may as well double down on it.
No. Common sense says only commit one crime at a time. Right?
No, if you commit one, you might as well commit all of them, right?
No.
So
if you steal a car, you don't want to speed. Because if you speed, they'll realise that you've stolen the car.
You wouldn't steal a car.
I'd download a car.
Would you steal a policeman's helmet?
Would you chip through a wall into a tomb and throw a petrol bomb at the first zombie that staggers?
It's a good question.
Would you throw a grenade at a wall and then, at a later point in the same campaign, do the same thing again?
To the same wall. Only to the same wall. This is a different wall, so...
Would you bounce the grenade off the wall back into your friend's face?
Well, it's not easy to throw grenades again at the same wall. It usually tends to go, you know.
Well, if they rebuild the wall and then you throw grenade at the rebuilt wall, it's still, like, functionally the same wall, even if, you know, philosophically it isn't.
Are you working
Wilsp is going to build a wall and make the grenade.
Are you, like, trying to promote jobs in the local area for people who build walls?
Anyway, I don't have any Greek fire left is basically what I'm saying. I used to have Greek fire, and it's quite helpful getting us out of trouble. And I've got no Greek fire this time, so if we get in trouble...
That Greek fire did earn you 1,000 XP.
Yeah. So I'd like to buy some more Greek fire before we go, basically. I'd like to buy 2 flashes of Greek fire. What flashes?
Yeah, depends what money does the party have other than the treasure that's been cashed out. You do have actual cash. You have 152 gold in actual cash.
Yeah, I'm happy to spend some of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tom, as in player Tom, not usually keeps track of goods, doesn't he, on group inventory, but I'll put this. I'll put a list of. I think this is the. Yeah. Oh, you've also got those charts. You found some charts.
Oh yeah.
Which are of. What do you want to know? So you know. That they're in that kind of the nice room with the which also had a Yagol, like a nice set of room which had the star wheel and the Yagol. Charts are of like an overview of the fairly local Phlogiston and of 3 systems: Spiral Space, Realm Space, and Fairy Space.
Fairy Space?
Yep.
Where's that?
Yeah, I need to check. I mean, I can provide these maps properly at a later date, but it is a particularly famous. One thing is that it's particularly famous for being crystal sphere dominated by an enormous tree. So, like, it has a live world. Elves call it a live world as its main world or whatever.
What? So its main world is a tree, or? Yep,
its primary is a huge tree. So there's no argument if this would be an Earth, kind of Earth body or a special live body, as in one theory, particularly elfin theory, is that it's a live world rather than an Earth world.
Are there some people who call it a world tree?
An urge tree, if you will. Yeah, no, it's where Millennia lives. No, I don't think people call it world tree. Maybe we need to introduce them to the concept. Called the Great Tree, with 8 planets resting its branches. So that is what the chart is of. It is relatively close to Spiral Space. It is the farthest of these. When you look on the Phlogiston map, is the farthest of these 3. Obviously, you're in Spiral Space, and Realm Space isn't, I think, that far away.
I think that sounds like a fun place to go to.
I mean, how?
We shall wander through the fogs towards the lands between. And that's how. We got to die a tutorial death, and then we'll spawn near it.
Yeah.
I think we're already there.
I mean, certainly Realm Space is comparatively easy to get to in terms of you can hire onto a ship to go there. You can hire space on a show ship. So, yeah. But yeah,
Anyway,
you're planning to go
to
this place then? I guess.
I mean, is there any prep we want to do? Like, is there an equivalent of a high-vis vest and clipboard?
don't think so, no. That does not seem...
Can I invent the
Like
traffic cone?
Oh, we've got a room problem here. Got to have a quick round. It's midnight. You're at the back of a.
You can also
private
pretend to be a
property.
drunk, put the cone on your head.
Yeah, I'll put the cone on my head to conceal my identity.
That's not a terrible idea, pretending to be drunk rather than pretending to be trying to break down a wall.
Or wearing like full chainmail armor.
I mean, we could leave the armor behind, like at least until we got the wall down, and then put the armor on and go back in. Because I think getting the wall down is going to be the difficult bit, like without getting attention.
Is there any way to make this look a little bit more convincing than just that thieves aren't wearing armor?
Oh, we do have an alternative actually, which we should at least think about first. Which is we could just go to the owner of this place and be like, we have reason to believe there's catacombs underneath your place. We'll give you like a 5% share if you let us break down a wall.
I mean, they might say, why would we give you a share?
Well, I suppose if we offer to, go deal with the potential danger.
Yeah.
If they knowingly blocked it up because they're afraid of some kind of danger, then maybe we could go in there and tell them we'd be offering to, clear it out, draw out anything valuable.
Beach offers to cook pennies to distract them. Yeah.
There's a panini bar at the foyer.
Yeah. Quickly. Whilst everyone's buying a panini.
Yeah, we'll bring a food cart with us, and I'll distract them.
We can always claim that the fire that we used to roast or grill the pahinis has got out of control, and that's why there's fire everywhere and the walls burning. It's just a catering accident.
Oh, look, there's a trap door. There's kind of, it looks very heavy. We better open this. You should pick amongst these various plans. You could, you should take a vote or something. You can go and sneak around the back and have a look and try to chip stuff out with recon the back. You can go and just tell them you think they've got a big hole underneath their building and you want to go and look at it.
I think doing it honestly is not. Yeah, honestly, it does not seem like our best policy here.
I think it's a boring policy, and we should never do it. Although I am lawful good, so no, it's definitely the best policy. I'm totally down with going and talking to them.
What if they're corrupt? What if they know that there's something awful underneath? What if they're cultists?
You've got me there.
Yeah.
Got me completely sold on this.
Yeah. It's probably something awful under there. They're in on it.
Besides, we're exercising evil from their premises, and that is a virtuous thing to do.
Yeah, definitely.
And if we tell them about this, they're going to be onto us, aren't they? If we go around asking, what's in this trapdoor? They're going to think, they want to get in there. How do they know? They're not supposed to know. It's a secret.
Yeah, and we can always, pay them a cut afterwards in sort of thanks. If we make any money at all.
I can certainly pay them a few cuts. But yeah. If they get enough. But if the alternative is getting publicly executed, then maybe we can give them some money.
When did the execution come into this?
If the choices are getting executed or not, I guess we'll give them money.
Yeah.
Well, look, we don't want to go giving them a share of the treasure just for owning the building. It's like paying landlords.
Xeethra keeps dropping these radical political opinions. What did you say, Xeethra? Nothing.
Yeah,
nothing?
We did the work, guys. Why give them money just because they own the building?
That's very, very true. Really, can anyone be said to actually own anything?
We certainly can after we take this stuff.
Yeah, it'll be our stuff.
There's no
And-
such thing as private property, guys. No such thing.
Yeah.
Only
It's okay,
personal
tread
property.
personal property.
Phil says, as she takes stuff off you, as she just takes your stuff. Thanks for your money. Yeah. So yeah. Pick a policy.
I think we should go be subtle about it.
like round the back at night, go
Go
and
around
spend
the
Yeah.
back and chip through the wall.
Yeah, with someone keeping watch and ready to.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, Alec, you're an illusionist, right? So
Yes,
any good spells for if we get caught, other than like charm person?
I have phantasmal force, which could maybe cause a distraction.
BJ's very favourite spell.
Yes.
But
Or
I
you
would-
could form an illusion of a statue that we're carving into the wall with our.
You could make illusory traffic cones and make it seem like they're on official business. There you go.
Oh yeah, it does affect all creatures that see it. Yeah, I mean,
Well,
I could.
like temporary traffic lights, maybe, and then therefore they can't come towards us anymore.
Well, I could just form like I don't know, an illusion of a sheet over where you're standing or something, so they can't see you, or some wall in the way, or I mean, actually, use phantasmal force to cast an illusion of the wall just being normal would mean that yeah, but if you moved out the way so they couldn't see you, they wouldn't see any damage to the wall.
That's true. Another thing, of course, is that if you just conjured up loads of vegetation covering us and that part of the wall, that's possible. That's the easiest way of concealing us, I suppose.
Yeah. Like, is it an internal wall or an external wall? I guess.
So
like
the plastered over door is external. It's kind of obviously at some level a spare entrance they've blocked up in the renovations that happened a year ago, which is he was lounging around, not very far actually from House Eladon. It's only a couple of buildings over, so you wonder what else he was lounging around at the time. But yeah. That's an external wall, and then the internal walls. You could find your way into the service block. I guess you probably locate them on his sketch map. But on the inside, there are kind of stud walls built to block it off.
Yes, would be good.
I mean, if all else fails, we could say that we're like, if we can't convince them that we have permission, we can convince them that we're actually enforcing the deconstruction of their illegitimate renovation that they didn't have planning for.
I mean, the better idea, I think, at that point would just to
We have a
pretend to
permit
be
for that.
just pretend to be
Yeah,
drunk and say that like the Brandy Boys dared us to do this or something.
Or why don't we get the Brandy Boys and convince them to do it?
Yeah.
Look, why don't we get the experts to do this?
Just making up someone else to say that they made you do it is a terrible excuse. That's at the level of like a 5-year-old kid.
That's the last
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
I'll
if-
break that.
if
You're not making them up. They exist.
the Brandy Boys are real people and they have a reputation.
And are they in the room with us now?
We can go find them.
I mean, they're not, but they live. Well, I don't know where they live, but they're always at parties at.
And you see them while you're sober.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember how sober we were last time. We were
And awake.
Pretty sure that was a completely different campaign. So
It was, but
So you've met this group has met them because you're at that party of Castains you went to, if you recall. They were like weren't you daring them to climb up onto sconces and stuff?
Oh, I think I remember them now, actually. Listening to the stream.
You don't remember the Brandy Boys? How could you forget the Brandy Boys?
I don't know. I was too
Xeethra
distracted.
was like very, very easily. They were not memorable people, as apparently Xeethra was.
some of the best NPCs that have encountered.
Yeah, well, by Xeethra's standards, as an immortal elf, their antics were rather mundane and lacking in the true frivolity.
They are tedious.
Yeah. The kind of stuff they find exciting, she got bored of it like hundreds of years ago.
Yeah. She was 110, you know, a 17-year-old when she got bored of it. I found some maps of the Froggerstone. I will work out a version for you, probably a Fog of War version, so you can see routes and stuff. Not that you're going to be travelling there very, very soon, but be relevant.
Do you think it's worth seeing if there's a party going on that we could use as an alibi?
My dog and I will serve as lookouts. I'm going to go take care of the bedtime stuff. I'll be back.
Cool.
Maybe, possibly, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yep.
See.
Yes, you were saying a party. I mean, there'll often be busy nights at the inn, certainly.
I was thinking at the why do I always forget his name?
Chastened.
Hastane, yeah, because that's
Hastane.
nearby.
What? Hastane's. I mean, feel free to annotate the map.
We could go and recruit somebody from Hastane's.
Another option
Hastane's
is bribe
is
people. Who
Hastane's
discover
is here. Open
I
that
hope
again.
they're not the owners. Like, typically, we're not going to buy them more than the cost of their wall.
Just check, are we carrying our main gold stash, or is it left at the
Well,
inn?
at this point, all your stuff will be at the end.
Okay. I think we should carry a decent amount of the gold so that if need be we can bribe someone if we get spotted and all else fails.
You could always... Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Another thing we could try as well is to go to that wood elf forest, commit some environmental
No!
sin and strap branches to our backs so that we kind of look like a hedge while we're up against the wall breaking into it.
A shrubbery.
A moving hedge. It's going to walk
Yeah.
up to the wall and start chipping its way in.
Yeah, and if Macbeth's in there, then, you know, and that's another bonus. But anyhow,
Yep.
I should have played a druid, then I could turn into a druid.
won't make the noise any less suspicious, but it might muffle it slightly. But hey, we don't have a hide in the shadows percentage chance, you know, so we gotta. I mean, obviously, it's completely.
I mean, Alex is. I mean, yeah, you've got surprise chance, don't you? Haven't you? I mean, yeah, Alex can hide the shadows, I guess, or try to. I don't know what is he actually good at as a thief.
Sorry, I had a mouthful of rice there.
Yes.
It's pretty spread out. Hide in shadows is my worst, but my move silently is 50%.
That's pretty good.
They're actually sneaky, yeah.
And I guess my hide in shadows is 20%, and that's having put no points into it just from having good decks and
being a gnome.
and being a gnome, yeah.
Yeah.
And being naked.
Yeah. As I wear no clothes, I'm very, very sneaky. What?
He's wearing like a boiler suit with nothing underneath it.
He makes sure to tell everyone this, essentially, constantly.
So what you're telling me is that when you have no clothes on, people don't like to look at you.
Like sometimes they see you, but they just pretend they can't.
Oh, right, yeah.
Entirely like a Cartman going invisible in them.
Yeah. So, yes. So let's just finalise that plan. Go over that plan again.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Yeah. Well, as in just what is the final version of that?
They catch us.
We're going to walk up to the back wall of the place. We're going to start chipping through it, and if somebody spots us, we're going to pretend to be drunk.
Yeah.
But we should have someone on watch who can give like a signal, like a whistle or something, so we know when to start pretending to be drunk.
You've got the dog and you've got Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
So that's taken care of.
I'll
Do we
assume
want
that because
to
Bill is
become
drunk,
drunk
Bill will
himself?
have almost certainly armor and sleep memorized.
Mhm.
Because armor will be her free spell shot. She basically has to memorize that.
Shall we go buy a bottle of like cheap gin or something so we can splash it on ourselves so we smell drunk?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
This is going to end up with just like, should we just be drunk?
And if we have a bottle of cheap gin, we splash a bit on ourselves, and then if we need something to explode, Molotov.
Yeah, we
Sorry.
can also bribe people by sharing it with them.
It was.
Being drunken vandals does not absolve us of crime. If
No,
anything,
no.
it makes it worse.
But if they think we're committing, well, we can pretend we're just being drunk and we're just like pissing on the wall or something. But in reality, we're trying to break the wall down. You know, they suspect we're just being drunk and disorderly, when in reality we're breaking and entering.
Yeah, we're like
Yeah.
children pissing on a sandcastle.
Are you sure you don't want to like have us pretend to be actors and say, you know, this is actually a new art piece where we perform outdoors to a hidden audience sitting in the bushes?
Just by chipping at a wall.
Very abstract new thing. You wouldn't really understand it.
In reality, none of us have got perception.
No.
Or maybe it's a spectacular stage entrance where the audience experiences something they've never experienced before, which is for us to actually break into the theatre.
None of the meaningful NWPs to play any of this off. So it's going to be just how do we do on our encounter rolls. That's what's going to be.
I mean, there's no NWPs for lying, really. So it's just making sure.
Well, hey, there's fast talking, but you know,
Yeah.
Flynn is dead.
It's just make sure we have a believable story and that we can sell it.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm going to run away and leave you guys to deal with the problem.
Yeah.
That's my strategy in this one.
Do we want to?
He's not that convinced by this plan anyway, I think. So.
Yeah.
But we should get some brandy if we want to say it's the Brandy Boys that
Yeah,
did it.
we should get some brandy and then we should just go.
Otherwise, it's got to be like the Gin Girls or something, you know.
The brandy boys.
That's what we're going to call you. I mean, Xeethra and Bill, you know, they could be the gin girls. Cool. Okay, you'll wait till evening. I'm assuming that you can get like a bottle of cheapish brandy for $1. Simon, I guess if you bought 2 Greek pies, that's 21. I guess you spent.
Yep, 21 plus. A gold for brandy.
No, 20 plus a gold for brandy. So that's what
Yeah,
21.
21.
Okay, you're going to be travelling 2 districts. Travelling within 3 districts, I guess.
Cool.
So, Alex,
Yes.
D10
Oh, I nearly used the wrong roll command.
by night.
8.
Yeah, you'll get into the mid city. Jamie, D10. Simon has cunningly come off roll 20 so that he doesn't have to roll encounter rolls and roll
Have I knocked
20.
out? I haven't completely knocked out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Actually, if I refuse
I
to
may
roll
roll
to
20.
encounter, I can't
You are
encounter.
now.
Night descends. 9.
Yeah. Night falls.
9.
Uh,
Fools.
night falls, yeah. And Simon, D10, as you come into the upper city, the high city.
9.
9. Nice high rolls to avoid any problems. Yeah, I guess you'll wander into the grounds of the Man of War and see the beautiful starlit. As the rock is slightly tilted away from the primary, you'll see the star. And because the the plane of gravity still goes through the middle, it doesn't actually affect gravity. It tilted away to the beautiful starlit Lake of Braal. Romantic, time for lovers and brandy boys, of course, as well. And you are into the gardens, sneaking around, going to the back. It's not guarded, this place. I mean, there's some bouncers at the front, but it's not like there are like armed guards everywhere. So just wander around to the back of the building, I guess. You can see the contours there. You can see the slope going down to Lake Bral. Here.
Oh, that gives us an escape.
Across the lake.
No, into the lake.
Yes, but that's not.
Well, I mean, across the lake is like the palace, or whatever it is. That's not a good place to go if you're trying to escape. But you know,
I can't swim in my armor.
Yes, I can't swim generally, but
So if you do not have swimming, you
Wait,
can,
actually,
as
yeah,
long
no,
as
sorry,
you're not,
I'm taking
as long as you're not armored or whatever. I need to check the exact thing. You can kind of
Yeah.
doggy paddle around.
Okay.
The default is if you don't have swimming, you can possibly very basically swim, but like not very much. But as soon as you're like wearing stuff, you can't really. This has come up before. Remember in Dark Sun, it came up with the how do we cross this underground, the river and well
who would have
bottom.
thought that you needed swimming in dark?
If the kind of thing the one halfling from the Ringing Mountains would have like been able to really do well if we'd had one of those. I can swim. I know all about water. Yep. So great. Cool. So you're going to just start. Well, you can see you'll be able to identify the point on the map fairly easily. Like there's the outline of the. There's not really torches on this side, but one you have. Literally everyone in this group has infra.
Yeah.
This is the disgusting AD&D humanoids group, isn't it? Demi-human group.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, but you'll also have a bit of starlight to be able to see that there are the outline of the portico, the bushes, and you can see that there is an entrance facing northeast. Like there is light that occasionally comes out of an entrance facing northeast. Like obviously the kitchen entrance or something that he had the map describes. What I will do is I'll move you back down so you can see to the eastern side of the building. You can see that there's Vil starts drinking the gin. The gin girls. You thought it was brandy thumb. No, Vil has substituted for gin. But yeah, on the east there, on that eastern wall, there is a light. You are on the northern wall.
Okay.
There's no one moving around here. You can see there are. I should say like about 15 feet up. There are some windows with small balconies overlooking the lake.
That's a little bit. It's like not very colored. It's just a little bit.
Yeah, that is the situation.
I would guess we walk up to the wall, slipping past the entrance to the kitchen. And
Just relaxing.
Yeah.
we feel around and try to work out where we need to go through. Look for the entrance.
Yeah, as I say, you'll be able to identify the outline of the old plastered over door very easily behind some hedges. You are, as I say, you are beneath some of these windows with balconies, so there's a bit occasionally light coming out of those. Some are curtained, some are not.
Is the sound of sort of joyful laughter and merriment within?
Occasionally you can hear, you'll occasionally hear noises from above. Currently, no one is out on their balcony looking or anything. None of the doors are open currently, but yeah, you can occasionally hear noises from above, dimly muffled.
Are we agreeing to take off our armor and carry it in some sacks or something to prevent the drunk commoners?
No. I'm not taking my armor off. I don't want to die.
Okay, I guess I might as well stay in the same boat as you then. We'll pretend to be drunk soldiers if need be.
Yeah.
Or actors with very realistic costume.
It's possible that zero-G combat might help if I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually get sober when you're in zero gravity.
Alright then, who's got the chisel?
I assume I do, since I wanted to buy tools.
I think the Mage had a chisel anyway.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
you can have Mage's chisel. Yeah, I mean, I was going to say that though it will be, it won't be kind of like wall plaster, which basically often makes very little sound if you hit it, and only that. But though it's a slightly tougher, and it will have more stones and stuff in it. You'll be able to start chipping away at it. It's time consuming. You'll be able to do that certainly, and slowly chip it out. It's not super deep. It'll be an inch thick or something, and then you'll see fairly quickly that there is a door underneath the in the door frame underneath the plaster. So I guess you're just going to continue chipping away.
I would imagine so, unless Alex has got better ideas.
No.
Okay, well, Alex is going to make another encounter check, D10.
Oh yeah, come on.
6.
And Jamie, you roll another encounter check. Time's passing, you're making a bit of extra noise. Extra checks. Nightfall.
And so there's the die.
Yeah. Okay. Let's roll. Do you want to roll roll 2d100.
Sorry?
So roll a d100 followed by a d100 nested tables.
Subtable F. Oh no.
Yeah. And that's a 75.
9.
So you will hear this will be pretty much as you're finishing. So look on the may or may not be the bright side. We'll find out. Pretty much as you're finishing up, you'll hear almost certainly. I mean, let's check what range you'll hear this at. Yes. You'll hear armor clanking and voices. You're not surprised. They're coming round the corner, still a bit away from you. They're not kind of round the north yet, but they are in the western part of the gardens here. What sounds like some sort of armed body heading northward towards you.
I suggest we hide.
I think it's probably worth me using the phantasmal force to make a large shrubbery for us to hide in.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea. Let's just hope that they never noticed that there was never a big shrubbery next to this wall.
Yeah. With Phantasmal Force, though, do you have to cast it on particular people so that they see it? Or is it... Oh, okay. Nice.
My reading was it just makes an illusion and people see it.
And people see it. The area of effect is 400 feet, square feet, not feet squared. 400 square feet. So
it could make a very large shrubbery if I wanted to.
I was going to say the base is going to be 20 by 20, isn't it, or an equivalent of that nature.
Yeah.
Plus some extra per level. So it's more than 20 by 20, but yeah.
Do you think they might not be a bit suspicious about a giant shrubbery having grown overnight?
It's dark. Maybe they'll just shrug their shoulders and go, there's a shrubbery here now.
Oh, they finally start watering the plants again.
Yeah.
Sprinkler system.
Yeah. Okay, so it's up to you. Wilsp, you
Yes.
should just decide.
I will.
Where are you putting this?
Oh, where am I doing this?
Yeah.
I mean,
what is the shrub? Where are you doing it?
I think I'd like it near the wall. Like, I guess what I could do is a shrubbery and then an illusion of the wall on the wall.
Yeah.
So have the shrubbery near the wall and then behind that an illusion of the wall as well. So it looks like the wall is completely fine and there's also a shrubbery that we're hidden in.
Yeah. So basically map the actual current stuff there, but just use your extra space to create more shrubs,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it doesn't have to be... When it's square feet, that doesn't have to be like a square.
No.
That is the amount of area you're covering.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Yeah, you go and do that and hide out. A patrol, pretty, as in, like 20 high city magistrates patrolmen come around the corner, and looking armed, like swords and crossbows, spears, chainmail, and look around, and you'll catch that they've obviously they'd obviously heard that there's some noise. And been asked to come and investigate, in case there was something untoward going on. But they, it's like one of them will just say, obviously it was any other, teenagers or something. Another one says, I bet it's them brandy boys. They look around. Yep, they have no reason, I think, to disbelieve that you are a shrubbery. I don't think otherwise. But yeah, they will. They will look around. They seem to just accept the shrubbery and the door at face value, and will eventually pass away, go away.
Pass away? Wow.
They eventually will die. Yeah.
It's a very powerful shrubbery.
Yeah.
For a very long time until the.
So yeah, what do you wish to do?
Keep chipping away.
Yep, you can finish the job off. As I say, you're probably a lot of the way through by the time you essentially are on your noise check rather than your time check. You spend it'll be an hour or just over an hour doing it. It's going to take time to do it. It doesn't, there's plenty of this stuff, but and it's not doesn't come off in big sheets like it is. It's fairly clumpy stuff. But eventually you'll reveal a closed wooden door, somewhat covered in plaster. That has a lock in it.
Oh dear, how are we going to get through the lock?
Well, I mean, there's the obvious solution, and then there's the less obvious solution. The first obvious,
that you pick it.
I pick it, and then the less obvious solution is when I fail to do that, grenades. Yeah.
I think I brought the fire with me, wasn't it?
I mean, it is a wooden door, so it might be worth trying to break it down.
Are you sure you don't want to use a grenade first, and then try and pick it?
Well, I think picking it is worth.
Picking the lock. You might be good at picking it after you've done that.
I'm not sure it's worth any XP to pick a lock that doesn't lock
yeah,
anything.
just like lying amongst all the splinters.
Yeah.
It'll be like one of those practice locks. You know when you get like as a toy with like a board of locks. That's basically what Xeethra, what Wilsp practices on. You'll be at -5% for the check because of the kind of plaster and gunk that's in and around it. Like it's obviously slightly warped and damaged.
Right then.
But it'd be a great time to get a good score. So
yeah. I will check it for traps first. I don't think with that time pressured. I mean, the shrubbery will be...
time prep, I'm not even going to generate it, but checking for traps is a variable number of minutes.
Yeah.
So, it's a small number.
I assume you cannot concentrate on illusion whilst picking a lock.
No.
Yeah, so that's the only time pressure is if someone comes back. We're no longer covered. But yeah, I will check first.
Yep.
That fails. Yep.
Yep.
Only just fails. Failed by 1.
It's safe.
It's definitely not traps, I say, as I go to pick the lock. Oh, for fuck's sake! Oh, I never roll this well in combat. But I'll do 100. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, you can. Your options are that someone with a warrior, I guess, with 18 strength base, and try to break it down, or you can try to chip it out. As in, you can use the chisel and.
Yeah, we could try to chip the hinges out and crowbar it open. Do we have a crowbar?
Yeah,
we could go.
This is what we're using. This is something that the major intention made sure to have like pry bar and stuff.
Yeah.
Because this problem kept coming up. You didn't have any equipment to do stuff you wanted to do with.
So I think, yeah, probably trying to crowbar open's the way to go.
Cool. I'll just check, because it has saved item saves. It will have a certain amount of HP essentially /8 and a toughness. Which I just need 2. Yep. No. Okay, so I'm just getting up my toughness of doors. 38, page 38. Great. Which I think is also where it's right next to the equipment save. Okay, so a wooden door can take 30 to 50 damage, generally speaking. So yeah, if you spend the time kind of just wrecking the door and ripping its hinges out and stuff with slashing weapons, which for this purpose I'd actually count the crowbar as that as well. You know, if you want to leave it out, then go for it. Right. Unless you want to quick fire it straight away. Up to you. Yeah. No, that's the hope. Yeah. So yeah, what are you doing? What is the open the door plan?
That take like.
Oh.
Sounds like it'll take like just a couple minutes. So.
Yeah.
I mean, is it a wooden?
Yeah, it's a wooden door. Yeah, you'll be putting damage onto it essentially.
Sorry,
30
Mage,
to 50 HP.
I still had you muted.
Yeah.
I thought everyone was talking to himself.
He's gone mad at last.
Yeah, let's do it.
So,
I mean, it'll be another counter check. So.
Yeah, you're taking noise encounter on smashing
Right.
stuff basically.
What
could possibly go wrong?
What's our plan
could
for
possibly
next
go
time
wrong?
somebody walks around the corner?
Run.
I sleep then.
Okay. And for the time after that, because we got past
Charm person.
Quick fire.
We start playing Grand Theft Auto basically.
Very
I have
quickly.
2 sleeps. Okay, I have 2. Oh, actually, no, I don't. I have 1 sleep because I'm level 1. Never
Yeah,
mind.
you have to have armor as your second spell, as your special spell. That is your conversion spell. Is that right?
Yes. In fact, it probably would have made sense to cast armor ahead of time because it doesn't really have a duration.
Does it not? Well, I guess the downside there is it consumes your material component.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if we get paydays, it won't be that big of a deal. But
Yeah.
it's the kind of spell you do ahead of time. Then you just have it.
Great. Okay, so should we get some people doing attacks? We'll count the pry bar as a 2d6 because it's specialised for the job. But if it's actually not even a slashing weapon, this is you essentially kind of using it as a lever whilst other people are kind of pulling and prying and kind of chopping around the lock and stuff. So yeah, anyone wants to make an attack? I think you automatically hit, you just roll damage. Whoever's got the pry bar can roll 2d6. So whoever's... Yeah, I was going to say, I think Xeethra and Thumb are actually good at hitting stuff with swords, so I guess whatever it is, they can just use their normal attacks. But depends on what the wizard and the wizard thief wants to do.
I'm offering moral support. I stand back and I go, "Come on, boys, put your back into it."
Yeah, I'll keep watch, I guess.
I shall attempt to open it. 9 damage.
9 damage. Yep, great. And you, Thumb?
I'm just sitting with my normal weapon, aren't I?
Yeah.
Which is what am I?
It probably makes most sense to do it that way. Feel free to
5
do it
damage.
whichever way you like. Yep. 5 damage. Yep. That's tracking 14. And how are Verispark and Vil doing in this?
Oh, I've got +1 damage adjustment actually, so it would be
6.
6. Yeah.
15. Yeah. So you're 15 damage. Alex, Beach. Who's using the pry bar? Who is using something else?
I'm just going to keep watch so Beach can use the pry bar.
Yep. Beach uses the pry bar, yep. The dog is with you.
The dog can use the pry bar.
What does the pry bar do?
2d6. For this purpose, it wouldn't normally, but obviously it is very good at levering behind a hinge and making the whole thing loose and wobbly. So that it is 19. Okay. Beach, do you want to make a d10 encounter check? Yep.
Wait, sorry, I thought
undetected. I think that what would your normal? What's your normal attack?
Yes. Do one these on the 8. Is
Yeah,
the door a
plus
large
strength.
creature? Plus strength, yeah.
So
No,
that is no bonus. That's okay. So that is 16. You're on. Great. Okay, everyone roll their damage again. We're on 16 damage. Next minute. At this point, of course, you're just going a bit quicker with the smashing stuff side of things. That is 10, 14. Oh, no, that's
An extra +1 for me. So
16, 22, 26, 30. Yeah, it's pretty smashed up now. Like, you're a lot of the way there. At 30 damage is your current fact. Could Simon, you can make a d10 encounter check.
yeah. Not quite. 3.
Okay. You're at 30 damage. Another minute of you hitting the door.
I've done an extra 4 damage.
Yep, great.
5 damage.
9 damage, yeah. It's all on you, Vil. Looking very ropey as you drive the pry bar in one more time.
Wait, so 8 damage.
8 damage. Oh, yeah. So you're at 8 damage. Yeah, you have rolled for this round, haven't you? Yeah. Sorry, I didn't see. No, so in that case, yes. With 14 damage, the door will come loose in its hinge. It's somewhat smashed up around the lock as well. Like you loosened it on both sides. It's a bit of a wreck, but you can swing it open, certainly. And yeah, there is a back service corridor here that you can see. With your elf eyes, you can see is somewhat remodeled inside. That there doesn't seem to be any obvious exit from here. You'll spot the heavy trap door as marked, half under some smashed up wood, stuff that's been left behind, I guess. So yeah, there's some junk and stuff here, but it's a little dusty. It's not cripplingly dusty. There's no access for dust, I guess. There's a heavy wooden floor, and the ceiling looks like what you'd expect in, say, pantries or something. There's some signs of missing internal walls here in this corridor, and then there is the other side of the wall, which is blank. That's what you'll see.
Cool.
So yeah, what do you wish to do?
Did we see the trapdoor?
Yeah, half covered by junk. Like there's junk kind of in random places all over.
We should move the junk to in front of either of the entrances to the corridor.
So yeah, there's only there's only one entrance that you can see, which is the door you've just opened, the passed-over door that you've just slowly
even
hammered
better.
open.
Yeah. I've also got a passive 2 and 6. I think spotting secret doors as an elf.
Yeah, for finding.
I'm not really
concealed
sure what
evils.
the passive that actually is, but you know.
Passive, I think basically if you are on normal dungeon exploration, your passive counts. If you're like running around or fighting, it doesn't.
Okay. I want to clear the trapdoor
Mhm.
and then suggest that somebody else check it for traps.
Wilsp, can you finally succeed at a thief check?
I mean,
No.
Wisp, you should put your ear up to it first, right?
What did you call me?
Wilsp.
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 Spoof.
It's the kind of name. It's the kind of name you have to swallow, you know.
Whoops.
Yeah, I will check it for traps.
Yeah. Right.
And then I'll listen at it as well if you want.
Yeah, great.
Hear all the undead.
I mean, it's PSP.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear the soft breathing of undead.
I successfully detect traps.
It is not trapped. It's not locked either. It's very heavy, but
I would like to listen.
yeah, hear noise. Go for it.
Detect. Yeah. What is that? I'll just roll a die. It's not great. No, that fails.
No,
It's definitely not
no,
that.
you do not hear anything particularly.
Can other people try?
With base 15 or whatever, I guess, plus elf bonuses.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it's
I listen at the door and I roll a 14.
Fuck off.
Is it 3 and 20 for an elf then? I don't know how it works in 2E.
50. It might be 4 and 20, as in it might, because I think elves get a native bonus. Do elves get a native bonus to detect noise?
Can't remember.
They should have a higher chance than humans by a margin of 5%.
Yeah, because I think that would make it.
I've got it open here.
You basically count as a first level thief for this, so your detect noise is 15. Elves are.
Elves do get +5 to detect noise. Yeah.
Yeah, I got
so
20.
It
was on a
that
D20.
counts as on a D20. Yeah. So no, yeah, Thumb will listen and will not hear anything particularly. I'll just double check in case I'm missing something. I don't know if there's something else. But yeah, no, you will not hear anything.
It is silent. Which means it's
Yeah,
full
maybe
undead.
you hear just a tiny bit of scratching, but nothing significant to allow. Your elf ears pick up.
I hear a tiny bit of scratching. Perhaps it's from rodents.
To clarify about infravision, because this maybe seems to be debated or something, do we have very detailed infravision, or is it vague enough that, you know, moving lifeless forms, we won't really be able to see them properly?
No, essentially the most you'd get is that you might think there's some disturbance in the room, but you wouldn't be able to see moving forms. No.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So it sounds like we should light a torch.
Yeah, you are all infravisioned, but you will not see undead if that is your concern.
I have a torch. Shall I open the trapdoor and chuck it in?
Yeah.
Watch the entire building explode because it's full of noxious gases.
Yeah.
Okay, I will lift up the trapdoor, assuming that somebody's strength 16 could reasonably do so.
Yep. Yes, that is fine. I want to make you roll. That is okay.
I will light a torch, and I will hold the torch above the door. What do I see?
What you will see is just without putting your head in, I guess.
Yep.
You'll see the center 20 feet or whatever of a larger room. There are what you can see in the center, more or less in the center, are some stone sepulchres, one of which is just empty. It doesn't look like it's been used at all. And you can see just on the edge of the flame, you can see the a stone dais, the edge of a stone dais.
Is there steps down from this trapdoor, or is it just a fall?
Just a fall.
Okay, I will Indiana Jones style drop the torch so that it lands in the stones below and burns away. Everything doesn't get out, and then I will take the rope that I have, tie it to. The shattered remains of the doorpost, or something else. Hopefully, something more sturdy, and then we can descend.
Yes, you probably put on the doorpost. It's sturdy enough. As you probably don't want to risk being dragged off by something against it, but probably for your purpose, it's sturdy enough. You have levered out, half of this door frame. So, and I guess I suppose people can also hold it while they're above people. And you lower yourself down. I guess the dog will be staying up at the top anyway, because the dog does not have hands.
Oh no, but it's our best fighter.
Yeah. And you'll lower yourself in, and you'll see, well, as I've described, you'll see that there are 3 sepulchres at ground level, kind of, like stone coffin tombs, which are flush with the ground, as in the bottom of them is flush with the ground, it's just flush with the ground. And then you'll see, as I say, at the edge of the pool of light from the torch, you'll see the edge of a stone-built dais.
Surely we could lower the dog down, right? If we had someone go up, tie up the dog, then lower it down while the rope's still tied to the other end of the door, and then you climb down with the rope.
And how do you plan on getting the dog out when we need to run away in a hurry?
I don't.
I don't. See through with the honesty here. No,
I mean, you kind of need, if you want a monster to not chase you anymore, you need to leave some food behind while you're running.
Isn't that what you're here for?
Elves are lean creatures. They don't have much meat on them. They're brightly things. You need a kind of a...
I mean, we are suspecting undead, right? And there is at least one kind of undead that specifically loves the taste of elf.
Which kind is that?
Ghouls.
Oh, not Xeethra's ex-girlfriend. Okay.
I mean, they're not going to be...
Xeethra's like, my ex-girlfriend's a bit of a vampire, know what I mean?
There's not going to be ghouls anyway, we'd notice.
I didn't even know that was a thing about ghouls.
Elves have paralysis resistance, don't they?
How what, sorry?
Don't they have paralysis resistance to ghoul?
Yeah.
Paralysis.
Or it's the ghouls don't affect them.
Yeah. Probably why they say tasty to ghouls. Great. So, other people can lower themselves down. I mean, the dog would need to take a morale check before it permitted itself to be roped up.
Don't bother. Leave it up there.
You
It
can
might
do
help
that.
us to fight whatever we're going to fight, but I think it will be difficult either way. What's our actual strategy here? Are we going to try and... Is everyone going to come down and then we all die together? And people can stay up and pull on the rope while the rest of us grab the bottom of it in panic?
I mean, we're being very cautious, but we don't know what we're being cautious of yet. So, does anyone feel brave enough to scout?
Well, I'm already down there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to jump. How far is the drop?
Yeah, should we just get down there?
I've already tried a rope.
So it's 20 feet down, so you can, it's not that far. The rope can comfortably take you down there.
Yeah, I'll just climb down with the rope. I mean, I've got my own rope, so we can leave it behind. As in, one tied up.
Alright.
And then I'm going to walk over to the dais.
Yeah.
Any markings on the
yeah, so I was going to say, are you picking up the torch, I guess?
Yeah, picking up the torch and having a look around at the dais and the surroundings, looking for any markings.
So, you can see one of the ground sepulchres is empty. The other two are sealed.
The empty one.
Yep.
Is there anything, like any scratch marks or anything inside it, or does it look like it was clean and never used?
No, it looks clean. As you move around with the light, you'll pick up the room is in general, just because you'll obviously look around and check. It's about 50 by 50, fairly circular. There are faded painted seams on the walls, and there's a breach in the wall beyond the dais.
A breach in the wall. I would like to shine the torch around the breach. Is it a natural-looking breach? Was it scraped out by things, or? Yeah.
As you come over to that, you'll move beyond the dais, and I guess keeping the pool of light will just still catch Xeethra and Wilsp by the dais. This is a natural. The thing doesn't look like it's been deconstructed. I mean, it's hard to tell though, because it's a natural wall, isn't it? At some level, or at least semi-natural packed earth. But yeah, there is the room beyond is actually, as you come up closer to it, you see it is itself dimly lit. There is a pale white bioluminescent lichen on top of soft earth in places here. You can see, weirdly, putting in, it's 20 by 15, 8-foot ceiling. As you shine the torch into this small natural cave that's slightly bioluminescent, you will see in one corner at the top of the room, kind of like 6 feet up, you'll see the top, near the top of the room, you'll see some section of blue metal showing behind the kind of mounds of earth.
Okay. And there's no other exits out of this second room?
Sorry, that's at the ground level in one corner. You can see like a section of blue metal that has a kind of clear edge, like it's the top of something.
Okay. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to investigate the blue metal, flip the sarcophagus, or do something else?
Metal first.
Okay, I will, assuming the other two are following me, walk up to the metal corner and investigate it.
Yep, no, you can certainly go up to the metal corner and investigate. It looks like the top of the... there's a kind of... a frame of some kind, like a thin strip, and then blue metal, like it's the top of a box or a door or a plate. It is perpendicular to the ground. It is like it's the same orientation as you are.
Does it look like it's got edges that could be dug around? Or...
Yes. You could certainly the earth is quite soft if you want to move some.
I will try scraping back a little bit of the earth and see if I can.
So the blue metal continues below in it's 4 feet wide, and you scrape down and you find a few more inches of it continuing to go down.
Okay. What do you guys?
Yeah, it has a kind of very strong cobalt, bright cobalt tinge.
What is made of cobalt and lives underground?
A purple worm.
Oh. It's not made of cobalt. Is it a buried spaceship?
You do not know. What you can see is set into the rock/earthen wall is this metal plate, or whatever it is.
Well, it's probably there for a reason, but it also sounds like it's...
if you pull it.
Yeah.
Or spin it.
Bop it.
Yeah, I just do everything to try and trigger the trap and get us killed.
Yep, you start hitting it. And it doesn't move, as in you can't kind of you can't dig back, you can't dig into the wall is too solid, like it's, whatever, it's too rocky here. So it seems set into the wall here. Hitting it does not activate anything too much. I mean, you're not doing anything to it, obviously, just in the sense it's...
Maybe someone could hold their torch up against it and see if heating it up does anything.
I mean... Have we pressed it like a button? Do that first.
You can press it.
Yeah.
Nothing seems to happen.
Nobody's got the tech magic, have they?
I have, but I don't have it memorized.
Yeah, same. Not going
In a party with 3 wizards, none of you have detect magic memorized.
Well, of the ones you have to have memorized, the ones that will save your life in terms of more immediate danger that end up taking priority.
We discussed this in the Prince chat on Monday over kind of the trade-off about having find spells and find equipment and how valuable it is for stuff like this.
Yeah, I mean, at higher levels, it's easier to think about getting like an extra magic.
Well, yeah, there's something about getting into the main game, as it were, at 2nd, 3rd level that you start, particularly because you just have more space in your, if you're a caster, more space in your inventory.
Was here, but he's not.
Yeah. No, he must do. Hey, he's good. He's an enchanter, isn't he? So I guess he can't start taking it for free, but as his free spell. But he does have more as a 2nd level, doesn't he? Well, I mean, Sabrator's in that campaign. Sabrator's 4th, albeit Sabrator is obviously slightly weird.
Slightly.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Yes. So, what do you want to do? You're gonna keep looking at this blue thing, or are you gonna go back?
Was there anything on the dais?
Yeah, the dais has a sepulchre on it.
Oh,
Has a what on it, sorry?
Sepulchre.
Another stone coffin.
Right.
shall we try and get someone to stand on top of the tombstone while we use the crowbar to move the lid across a bit, sort of opening it partly?
And then dump a flaming flask inside and put the lid back on. Burning any loot that we'd planned to get out of it.
Melting all the gold to half value.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. I mean, that's basically why I've come here, is to loot those tombs.
So yeah, there are three sealed sepulchres, and each of them does have a recumbent stone carving on the top, which I assume that is information you want. The ground ones, one of them is a young woman in brocaded, heavy dress, one is an old woman in a kimono, so kind of show clothes.
Yeah.
The dais sepulchre is a lavishly dressed man who is lying down and has his hands together as if praying. So think medieval knight tomb.
Yeah.
But his hands are full of stone coins, like as in they're not fully clasped because his hands are full of coins.
Which one do you want to go for? The man with lots of gold, his rich daughter, or his weird crone?
Let's go for the man with lots of gold.
Let's go for the obvious trap. Yeah, let's do that
Yep.
one.
I'd like to check it for traps, and then I'd like to move to the other side of the room.
Coward!
I mean, I'm sure they'll all spawn. It'll be like the main boss with the 2 little mini bosses guarding him.
I failed to discover any traps. I still moved to the... You know what? No, actually, Wilsp does have abysmal wisdom. He wouldn't. He'd just be like, yeah, it looks good to me.
I pick you up like a screaming child and drag you over.
Wilsp...
I mean, we nearly killed all our characters in the previous mission. We may as well keep to form. Alright, is there a catch or
That's why one of our players, Nigel, does despair about how incompetent and how likely to die his fellow players are. And this is why.
I still never died.
My characters die more often than anybody else's. But it's because I get impatient and I just decide to do things. I'm going to... I don't mind flipping it if somebody else readies the Greek fire.
Cool.
Basically, so who's going to volunteer to chuck the Greek fire into the cabinet? Basically, what I want to do is stand on the opposite side, lift up the lid so that the lid's between me and whatever's coming out. And if something pops its head up, you just wing a Greek fire at it and I drop the lid. That's how it wants to work.
I could probably do that because I've not got a great melee attack.
Okay, but can't I just stand on the effigy and just, stab at it?
I can't lift up the lid if you're standing on it.
No, we're going to slide the lid a bit.
I'm going to slide the lid. Is it a sliding lid? Is this one, what's the design of this?
No, to slide it would mean lifting it and then pushing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, technically, it'd be a casket rather than a coffin if it weren't a slide lid, but since it's a tomb, it's neither. But yeah.
That's what he knows. He's what he does. I'm going to open the coffin.
Okay.
Open the box. What's in the box?
What's in the
You
box?
hear the
What's in the
sound of
box? It's good as Boucher. It's good as Boucher said. Okay.
Always is.
I'm gonna fire some crossbows at the elves. Let's fire. Yeah, some. You kind of hear there is the pull or twang of some kind of string,
Oh, no.
and and then a second pull or twang of a string, as in there's kind of like some kind of wire moves, and you actually see it shuffle across the dusty floor. One at Xeethra. This is Thaco 18. I does not hit Xeethra. Xeethra lives, and one. Ooh, I'm going to kill you, Simon, again.
Turn you down here. How much damage do I take? Is it poisoned?
It's not poisoned. It's only 2 damage.
Oh, that's fine. I can live with that.
Yeah. Inside, what you'll see, no monster immediately jumps out. You'll just see that there is an inner lead casket.
Ah! So disappointing.
No, that's.
Another crossbow shoots.
I'd like to check the inner casket for traps.
Yep.
Yeah,
There's just going to be like more and more caskets within casket, and then
Yeah.
like tiny box with
The
all
casket is
of-
shaped like a Russian babushka.
yeah.
This time, I'm going to stand off the floor on the edge of the casket. I will open the next one, thus making it harder for me to be hit by a crossbow bolt, but much easier for me to swallow any poison gas that comes.
Hey, it's a good guess.
You know,
It's okay.
maybe-
I'll close the
Also,
lid
if you
so you're
say
trapped in
also
there.
if you say versus poison.
Do I only say best poison now?
Yep, you do. There is a cloud of gas
Oh, balls.
comes out as you crack the lead casket. A cloud of obviously green gas.
12, which is... no, that's a fail.
Fail.
14. Yep,
Yep.
fail. I'm poisoned. Do I die?
Keep going. Wilsp fails, even though he's a gnome. Well, gnomes don't get bonuses.
No,
Poison,
gnomes
so they
don't.
get bonuses on they get bonuses on magic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Xeethra,
Yeah, I succeed.
Xeethra says, Wilsp and Thumb, you both lose 1 constitution.
Oh my god.
I can kill you instead if you want, Wilsp.
Oh well, that takes me down to Constitution. Is it 9 or something?
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yes, you can see within. You still got a torch, and I guess Xeethra was holding it, based on the other 2 of you are doing stuff. You can see the bones are dust. There's basically just dust. They're tiny fragments of bones, but you do see amongst the kind of rotten stuff in there. Or as in by rotten, I don't mean like it's as in just stuff that has dissolved at the time. There's 2 platinum pieces, a large gold medallion engraved with a star dragon, and a lead tube. Like a
Dibs
scroll.
on the lead tube.
Wait. let me check it for traps before you open it.
We've already gone through traps. There can't be a third.
Listen. I thought the same, but then there was a second. There must be a third, right?
I'm gonna look for a piece of debris that's about the same weight as the lead tube to like do a little Indiana Jones switcheroo.
Yeah. You probably can. There'll be rocks and stuff. That'll be easy
There's
enough.
no corpse in there, basically. Is what we're
No, there's the remains of bones
Okay.
and like scraps of cloth, but
So-
it's old enough. It's old enough that even a lead seal has not fully preserved the kind of organics.
How long has the Rock of Bral been inhabited?
Under the present regime, a bit over 100 years, but it's for many hundreds of years before that, at least.
I guess a better question is then, how long have the show been spelljamming?
Again, many hundreds of years, as far as you know.
This place
So,
probably has a archaeological value.
We're about
As he just grabs stuff out of the tomb. It really has archaeological value.
Yeah. We'll take.
Do you want to make your find traps check?
Yeah.
So we can get the same that you can die from the trap. It is not trapped.
Somehow I don't believe you. I don't find any traps on it.
No, you're going to
this
open
time,
it.
guys, I'm convinced there really are no traps.
Yeah.
Now go to the corner of the room on your own and open.
I mean, still, even, you know, like, surely there can't be a third trap. Surely, like.
Xeethra has climbed the rope and is like, no, just open the thing. Great, I'm so glad it's not a trap.
I'll just pocket.
Yeah, I gotta go guard the broken door, guys.
Yeah, just in case. The dog and Vil can't do it on their own.
Yeah, poor dog.
Cool. You opening it?
Yeah.
There is it's old paper. There's a treasure map leading to what is marked as a resort on the planet of Koliar in realm space.
No.
We can talk about this in a future session, but yeah, you got a treasure map.
Huh.
So we've got a treasure map and we've got some gold.
Yep.
Looking at the. Go.
Who's volunteering to flip the lids on the Ep13?
Definitely. Well, yeah. I mean, I have 4 wisdom. I will volunteer.
Today, I've already lost 1 constitution from
Always
this.
I thought 6 was low.
Yeah. I'm a gnome, so it decreased even.
We are a party of absolute fools.
Yeah.
They're just
Why?
blithering idiots.
Yeah.
This is why our plan was to pretend to be a shrub.
Right. I mean, it worked, didn't it?
It did work.
I will check.
You didn't really have to change much to basically be vegetables, so no wonder it worked.
These people are far too stupid to pull off this kick there.
I would like to check the sarcophagus of the old woman, the show woman, for traps.
Yep, go for it.
Bast will dance over to the princess's coffin.
That's a success. I don't believe it.
It is. Is not, I believe, trapped. The old woman's one. No, it's not trapped.
I will open it.
Yep, great. Inside, this is where the seals on this have been broken, as and this is fairly easily moved actually once you do it. Inside there's a nest. There's a breach in the floor, in the base of it, and a nest of rats. A bunch of giant rats in here, and you'll see some bits and pieces in amongst them, but the rats are probably going to attack.
No.
So that's where we'll leave it for tonight.
Oh.
Next week we can check the fire.
Yeah. I was going to say, get your reinforcements. Get your reinforcements in. I guess Tom's replacement character. But we need to get Tom and Andrew to turn up to have the characters bamf in, so you suddenly have a bit more. I mean, to be fair, this is a tough party as far as these parties go. I do have 2 fighters here.
You're just not very good.
Yeah, it's kind of stats are not the game. Like I think you play AD&D enough. Yeah, you know. Even if
I'm not suggesting the stats are the problem.
Yeah. It's the players. What we need Tom to be here because he's good at playing it.
We need people who are good at D&D in our group.
Cool.
Hey, there haven't been any disasters while I've been around, you know.
No, I was going to say you just conveniently don't turn up when it's likely to be dangerous.
Yeah.
Man, so we're going into the Nautiloid, are we? Oh, I'm just really busy. Taking the treasure home. Yeah, I am around. Yeah.
I feel like being present when something bad happens is a skill issue.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not even about the play itself. It's like a meta play issue.
Yeah.
If you turn up for a session where bad things happen, that is your fault.
Yeah, that in itself is poor play.
This needs to go in the ultimate like classic fantasy adventure gaming thing, which is only turn up if you win. You need to know ahead of time.
It's like the kind of thing where like someone posts online how they got their game like completely hacked or something, or there was a completely wild bug they couldn't have predicted, and people just reply with the skill issue.
Yeah. No, cool. Yeah, I think we are on next week, and I think for these discussions we can all make it. So we'll see if Tom is well and if Andrew is awake. But thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.
Cool.
Yeah, just ended the stream.